Hello, my friends, and welcome to another live of the Executive Innovation Show, where innovation meets funding and execution meets leadership. So, welcome. Come on in. Say hello, my friend. How are you today? It is Wednesday. I hope that you had a great weekend, Memorial Day weekend, if you celebrate. Um, that occasion. But welcome. But if you are new here, I want you to drop in the chat the number one because I want to welcome you because I'm all about not just sharing, but also connecting as well too. But come on in, come on in, come on in, and welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. And before we dive in, let me introduce myself. I am Shevvy. I'm Siobhan, but you can call me Shevvy. And if you're joining from LinkedIn, say hello. But if you're joining from YouTube, let me know as well too. If you're joining from Facebook, say hello as well too, because I'm streaming on all three platforms using StreamYard. But what I do, if you're new here, as the business development and SBIR consultant, I help tech founders to execute federal strategies, but also submit SBIR merit-worthy proposal so that they can grow sustainable businesses. Okay, so that is what I do, and that is who I help, tech founders. But come on in. I know someone is joining me. Let me know from Facebook. Say hello in the chat because I want to make sure I acknowledge you. Let me see. Yeah, so say hello. But today we're going to talk about the cost of not having a BD, which is a business development person in your firm, in your business. Okay. But before I dive into that, before I start this conversation, I want you to, more like not imagine, but this is probably what you're going through. When it comes to BD, I want you to think about big companies and how they are so successful in the sense of getting federal opportunities of not just hundreds and thousands of dollars, but millions and billions of dollars. Do you think that they have dedicated BDs in their organizations? Drop a yes in the chat or no in the chat. Do you believe that these organizations that are making millions being awarded federal contracts for years, do you believe that they have a dedicated, not just one, but multiple BDs in their organizations to go out and do this type of work for them? Hey, Queen, welcome. Thank you for joining. And she is driving. Be safe out there on the road. Okay. But thank you for joining. Appreciate it, Queen. Yes. Good afternoon, Samantha. Thank you for joining as well. So, yes, correct. Slay Queen, Rochelle, 100%. These big organizations like the Lockheed Martin, the Bowens, the whatever big organization that you could think of that are in the government space, they have dedicated BD employees, not just subcontractors or consultant. They have dedicated employees to help them identify opportunities because they don't have time. And they are at a large scale. They have thousands of employees, hundreds of employees. So as a small business owner, how can you compete with that? You can compete with that by making sure that you have the right BD, someone like myself, within your business as a partner, as a collaborator is going to help you to identify, research, and build those opportunities through federal opportunities and partnership. So we're talking about why, when it comes to BD, what does that cost to you? So I'm going to share some insight on that. And Samantha said, yes, exactly. They have permanent individuals, W-2 employees who are working the BD process for them. Okay. So as you are navigating in your business as a tech founder, I get it, friend. I know you are hella busy. Okay. I know that you are delivering to your clients. I know that you have a family. I know you have to go to conferences. You are trying to be in every different, everything at the moment. And I know that you don't have the capacity. And I know it's been on your mind, like, hey, you know what? I need to get a BD. I need to get a BD. But you keep telling yourself like you need to get a BD, which is a business development consultant, but you have not taken the time to really look into it, to really look at the process and identifying certain individuals who can support you because you don't have the time. And as a BD currently serving clients, I give my clients back that time so that they can focus on their current growth and I can bring in new opportunities. But as a company who does not have that BD support right now, it is costing you. And there's a lot of things that it's costing, but I'm going to share the 3 key things that are happening for you right now. So one thing that you might be saying, I will do it later. How many of us are guilty to say, hey, I'm going to do it later, including myself? Okay. We'll say we'll get to it. We know we need it. And we tell ourselves, okay, when I have time, when I release this client or when I come back from this conference, I'm going to really look into getting a BD. But when we say that to ourselves with no action, nothing happens. So we continue to be in this cycle of overworking ourselves, overextending ourselves to get these opportunities. But when you have a BD in place, that person is now doing the work on your behalf, on behalf of your company, to ensure that you have the right resources, the right opportunities they're bringing it to you. So all you got to continue doing what you're doing. You don't have to do anything because that BD is doing the work. You don't have to say, I'll do it later. That BD is doing it now, currently in action. So we have to let go of that, I'll do it later, and decide and say, you know what, today, May 28th, June 1st, whatever that date is for you, you have to decide. Okay. And Samantha said, me. Yes, I'm guilty too. We always say, I'll do it later. Well, because we have so many other things going on. And as a tech founder, I get it. I understand you're overwhelmed. I understand you're doing a lot. But the importance of bringing in that BD person is to help you release that load, release that mental fatigue that you have because you're trying to identify different opportunities because you want to grow your company. I'm not saying that you may want it big as Lockheed Martin or big as, another big company. You may be like, hey, I am good where I'm at. But honestly, I think you're looking for some type of growth because you are in the tech space, or maybe you're looking to position your company for acquisition in the future. Guess what? Having a BD to help you create more opportunities is going to increase the value of your company without you continuing to burn yourself out. So friend, we got to let go of, I'll do it later, I'll get myself a BD. Now is the time. Think of where you want to be in the next 6 months, in the next year, 12 months, 24 months. What does that look like for you? What is the vision? What is the impact that you're trying to make? And by having a BD, that person can help you speed up that process, because that time that you would spend doing the research, identifying the partnership, submitting the proposal, now you have someone who is truly dedicated, not someone who is supposed to be doing the work to deliver to your clients, but you have someone that is their sole responsibility. Someone like me to come into your business, into your firm, to help you excel and grow without you having to do the work. Okay. So that is something, because honestly, when it comes to saying later, you're going to do it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You don't have the time. So let's be real. Let's be realistic. Let's decide today. Okay. So that is one. Also, the next thing about not having a BD is missed opportunities, friend. So think about opportunities that you currently came across that you were not able to follow through because of maybe you missed a deadline. Maybe you were not aware of it. Maybe you started the process, but you didn't get to finish. And also maybe there's a partnership that is starting, but you don't have the time to complete the process and the required documents that are needed to move to the next step. Maybe there's a system that you have to input your information into, but you don't have the time. So guess what? That is being delayed. Imagine if you had someone like me to come into your business to help you do all of the things that I just listed. Imagine what does that look like for you? Free up your time, your energy is now increased because now you are focused on specific things in your business. But if you continue to say, you know what, I'm going to do it later, you're going to continue to miss these opportunities, friend. And I want you to gain as much opportunities as just like the bigger companies, because the bigger companies, they are investing into dedicated BDs, not one, not two, not three. They may have 5, 10, 15 BDs because they are serving the DoD. They are serving multiple federal agencies. They are serving the private sector. So they need individuals like me to continue to feed the funnel. Okay. So definitely. And yes, Samantha, freedom. Because imagine when you have a BD who is spending hours doing research on your behalf, hours connecting with partnership, hours at conferences speaking on your behalf. Like, you don't have to be in the room. So you have the freedom to focus on other things, not just business, but also personal life. So think about the quality of life that you can have by releasing this responsibility to someone like me or someone else, whoever you choose to bring in as your BD person. It doesn't have to be me, but I would love for it to be me. Okay. I would love for it to be me, because I am not the one just to come to say, hey, here's a little drop. I am truly speaking and representing your company to the fullest. I'm going to make sure that the partnership that you have in place that I bring to you is in alignment. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, hey, does this make sense? And if you're like, nope, we're not going to waste our time, because your time is valuable. And I want to make sure that you're able to recoup your time and not spend your time working on the BD part when you can have someone to come in and do this for you. So imagine me coming in, supporting you, helping you to create new opportunities and grow your company without you burning yourself out. Because I know you're tired. I know you are tired. You're not the only one. There's many tech founders who are exhausted mentally and emotionally and physically, because you still got to show up for yourself. You still got to show up for your family. You still got to show up at conferences. You still got to continue to show up and show up. So by the time you are done at the end of the day, you are tired, my friend. You're tired. And I don't want you to be tired. I want you to be like, man, it was a great day. I'm a little tired, but I'm not tired. You know, that tired that you feel. And I know all of us has felt that before, because I know serving in the military, some days are 16-hour shifts. And I know as a tech founder, some days you're working longer hours. And sometimes I've done it to where we're working 7 days straight, 14 days straight. Guess what? 12 hours, 13 hours. Then you still got a family to go home to. You still got to cook. You still got to prepare for the next day. So that sleep is being impacted as well too. So we got to let go of, hey, let's do it later. And also we have to look at how can we continue to capture those opportunities and not miss those opportunities. We have to start thinking like the bigger companies, because they are putting the work in by bringing the right BDs into their organization to continue to funnel their mission and impact. But because again, I was just on DoD.gov website last night, and I'm looking at organizations with that just won contracts within the DoD, and it listed by days. And I want your company to be on that list. Okay. Or I want your company to be a subcontractor to one of those organizations, because this is what I do. I go and do the research on your behalf and identify companies that are in alignment and say, okay, is there an opportunity for a partnership? Is there an opportunity for it to be a subcontractor for this bigger company? And you don't have to do the outreach. Guess who does that? Me. I do the outreach on your behalf, on your company. So when I go to that company CEO, I'm speaking on behalf of your company, not my company, because I'm here to represent you. I'm here to help you bring that partnership into your business so that you can grow a sustainable tech company. Okay. All right. So the real cause of not having a BD, we talked about letting go of later, getting that BD and releasing those missed opportunities. And we need to shift from reactive, because as a tech founder right now, you are in reactive mode when it comes to opportunities. You're not really looking at what's truly in alignment, because you're like, okay, what is the next opportunity? What is the next opportunity? You don't have the time to sit down and really identify what is truly in alignment with your company. Whether you are, a program manager, like you develop programs, you're in AI, you're in SaaS, you're in app developer, you are in cyber, anything in the technology frame, you're reacting. I want you to get into the proactive. And you don't have the time for that. So that's where a BD, a quality BD comes in, because you don't want to just pick anyone, okay? You don't want to pick just anyone. I'm here to make sure that, hey, when it comes to working and identifying your BD, it's like you want to make sure that that person has the drive, they have the hunger, they have the capability, and also the competence to go out and find those resources. They have the ability to empathize. They have the ability to make that connection with people who are in alignment with your mission and your vision, who can be a great partnership. You want someone who is well-rounded, who can articulate and speak for your company, on behalf of your company. So you want to make sure that you are not just reacting, you are really being proactive, and bringing in that BD person in your firm in your firm is going to help you to do that. And that is what I help my clients with. I just set up a business meeting for Friday with my current client and a potential partnership. So these are things that I do. And I set up the meeting and make sure everything is in alignment. And then you and that potential partner have the conversation. And then we look at what is the next step forward. Is it yes, or is it, you know what, not at this time? These are things that I do, and this is how I support my clients as a BD consultant for them. And even if you're looking for SBIR, same concept. So as you continue to grind, as you continue to deliver your services, as you continue to be busy, I want you to think, if you brought in a BD in at this moment, or in the next 30 days, in the next 90 days, what does that look like for you? How much time would you get back for yourself? How much time do you have now to really focus on the intentional things that you need to focus on? What does your quality of life looks like as now having this specific person to be your fractional BD or dedicated BD for the next 90 days or 6 months? What does that look like? I can tell you it's going to look more ease, more reduced stress, your ability to be more productive in the sense of quality, because you're not in every single thing. Increasing more opportunities that are more in alignment with you and your company. Partnership opportunities that you don't have to go out and search, that is coming to you. So really think, how can this BD person shift how you are doing business right now? And if you're like, Chevvy, you know what? I may need to talk to you. Then I want to invite you to reach out to me. Let's have a conversation so I can share with you, but also hear what you have going on and see how I can support you as your fractional BD or full BD. And again, what is it costing you by not having a business development consultant as your partner? It's time to let go of, I'll do it later. It's time to stop missing opportunities. And it's time to stop being reactive. So if you are like, hey, I am ready to stop all three of those, I want you to reach out to me. You can send me a DM right here, or you can just leave a message and say, hey, interested, in the chat. Okay. And as always, I want to thank you all for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. I want to thank Samantha for being here. I want to thank Rochelle, the Slay Queen, for being here as well too. And if you're new here, as always, drop a 1 in the chat because I want to celebrate you. And while you are here, if you're able to, because I know some people are driving, you can come back, drop in the chat what you do, because you never know who is out here looking for your services. And when it comes to BD, when it comes to SBIR, partnership is essential. So you never know who may be in the chat that could be your partner one day. So thank you all for joining. I'm Chevvy, your business development consultant and SBIR advisory. And my company is really focused on helping tech founders to execute federal strategies and submit SBIR merit-worthy proposal. You can join me here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We stream here on LinkedIn, YouTube, on my channel, The Executive Innovation Show. You can actually go over there and watch this later on and subscribe and share this with a friend. And I will just say, if you have a tech founder in your community and you're like, hey, they can benefit from the information I'm sharing, or just connecting them with me, I would definitely appreciate that. So send this over to them. And if you're watching this later on, hashtag replay. As always, I appreciate you guys joining me on Facebook, YouTube, here, and LinkedIn. And y'all have an amazing Wednesday as always.